Kia ora, Taurus. This is your reading for the new moon in Cancer happening as we speak. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. This is a storyline. We go through and clarify and check out any other titles that stand out for you. Thanks again for tuning in. Thank you. And liking, sharing, subscribing. It really helps me to keep this going. So let's see what's on the storyboard. Storyline. Oh. Anyway, hang in there. Hang on in there. We'll get a few more cards to come out. And as I said, I think that we do go through and clarify. So we've got a interesting lineup here. So let me I'll get my glasses there. We'll start at the beginning. It's a good place to start. So we've got the Glancona, which is, this is Brian Froud's Pixie and Fairy Oracle that we're starting with today. Can be deceptive. I mean, we can look at it as possibly aspects of ourselves. It's a very fluid sort of card in that sense. So, is it trustworthy? Is it not? Whether it's a person, a situation, whatever. So we've got this little, be interesting to clarify that. We want to get it in writing is the thing. We want it in writing is what I get. We then have the Singer of Chalice, this beautiful nurturing card. It's like an Ace of Cups. It is about, the fluid nature of the comforting mother, the nurturing mother. Beautiful card, really, isn't it? Beautiful card. The Dark Lady comes up next. There's a potential illusionary or deceptive quality here with something that maybe, depending, Taurus, whatever it is that you do or situation you're in or whatever's going on in your life at the moment, there's a niggling, something niggling at you. You want definites is what I'm getting from this. And maybe it's quite challenging. The Dark Lady, it's like a really intense scorpionic card. So we're seeing the forensically the depth and detail of not only ourselves, the darker aspects, but also of institutions, systems that we are part of, all of that kind of thing. It is quite multi-layered. It can also be about sort of attraction to the attraction and curiosity for the darker aspects of life, I suppose, or the more intense experiences of life. And then we have Faf the Footer. It's on and off kind of energy. Sometimes we feel earthed out. Other times we're sort of off up in our own head. It's trying to find a balance here. And we see the wee feet, 1 foot on, 1 foot off. Ooh. We want some solid ground. We want something in writing here, I feel. So let's go through and clarify, Taurus. Something in writing. Because I think there's a element in here also that there's a very sincere directive on your part to, whether it's to be involved in something or be doing something that you actually have a large level of integrity with, And so you don't want that sort of, for want of a better term, screwed with, you know. As we're shuffling there, we just get the King of Swords coming out. This King is, there's no emotion involved in this. It's, I always think, you know, there's no emotion in it. It's about the mind. Obviously, it's a sword. And cleaning, clearing, getting rid of what's not required in order to let some new growth come through. Let's just look at the Glancona. I wasn't really focused on the Glancona. We get the Six of Discs, which is a beautiful card, actually. We're talking generosity, but we're talking a kind of mutual understanding that what is given out is received again at some point. It's a beautiful card, the Six of Discs. So maybe this is, whatever is going on here, maybe it is something that you can trust. And I would say, yes, it is. Whatever kind of scenario you're in, or if you have got a little niggle, maybe it is something that you can trust your own instincts, I always say. Ace of Swords, truth, yours, it's a gift. You give it form. And it is unique to you in the way that you give that form. We're talking a sword, we're talking the mind, we're talking sort of justice and truth, you know, and clarity of sight. With this Knight of Pentacles, this is very reliable character, very stable, secure character here. Interesting, Taurus. I'm not quite sure what's happening. We're looking at that Singer of the Chalice. It's such a nurturing mother card. Of primary importance, Taurus, is nurture thyself. We have the moon. Some things are illuminated by the moon in its rhythmical cycle. But as we are in a new moon right now, some things are not illuminated. We are in that dark time. There's a period of time here that things will come to be revealed. But what I get from this is that eights of the mind, of course, Eight of Swords, consummate card of self-limitation. Make sure that you are, what's the word? Fostering your own self-care at this time. You don't need, I don't know where this is coming from, but you don't need the judgment of anyone else here. This is for you to come to your own conclusion on, as it were. The Dark Lady, please. Messages coming through. Messages coming through. Clarity. I saw that, you know, when we're going through to clarify now. I did see the Dark Lady as a period in between, a sort of space in between, waiting period. So we see messages coming through soon and very immediately. Clearing, clarity is what that's all about, which sets you confidently off again. You're on your path. You've been on it. There was a stalling for a little bit. This is great. It's your works are in motion now. So there's just a stalling point. Maybe it's about you not trusting. But, you know, sometimes we have to, as I say, instigate self-care. We don't want to trust blindly. Faff the Footer. We're on, I do think, far better footing. I think there's a Taurus out there that's having to sort of at a certain point read between the lines here, and you just want something in writing. I'm not quite sure what that's about. But with Faf the Footer, you know, it's on, off, on, off. Well, the Fool just goes boom, leap of faith, optimism. Now that we've had some clarity and some information coming through, and we are on a path of productive workings, as in a more essentially a more solid approach to that path we're on. We're more confident, definitely. If this is making sense. Anyway, we're looking at this on and off kind of energy, you know, boom, boom. Feet, 1 foot on, 1 foot off. We get the Fool. This is like making a commitment, really, and taking that commitment of optimism and faith and going for it. We then have another sword. There's quite a few swords in here, Taurus, 2 of swords. So, as I say, trust your gut. You're making a decision based on that, not on what you see. And I do feel, Taurus, that will pay off for you at this time, whatever this is about. I've got no idea. I think you are dealing with a organisation or a structure. We've got the Emperor, but this could be you becoming your own Emperor. I mean, in that, you know, you are master of your own destiny. I mean, it sounds a bit like a cliche, doesn't it? But in fact, you are here. You have your resources. You know what you have authority over those. You're propelled by an Ace of Wands as well. The world is your oyster. You are resourced, and you know how you're going to use that. Now, whether there's an institution, some other organisation involved in that, I don't know. But as I say, self-care, of primary importance at times where there is maybe a level of confusion in your world, whether it's to do with work or private affairs. We get the 4 of Swords, truce. It is a card of respite and taking time out in the place that is your place, that is your space. Taking time out to rest and recoup. Taurus, so on that note, I hope you got something from this reading, and take good care over the new moon. We'll see you the next lot of readings at full moon time, and yeah, thanks for joining me. Thank you very much. Ka kite, bye.